I think a lot of people view lean as a bunch of exercises or strategies that you put in that are very, very antiquated and seem somewhat divorced from people at times.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, John. It's such a great question, and it's a great assessment of what we've done and haven't done well for so long. And the six tenets of lean have always been in existence, and the biggest one is the respect for people component, but it's the one that has been least talked about, or the least executed, or the least demonstrated, within the industry. And there's a lot more attention that is rallying around that because of this big conversation regarding mental health and the well-being and those things that are so critical. So having a focus on respect for people really does tie all these things together because, like you said, if all we think about is transactional, meetings, and we think about practices, procedures, and steps and memorizations of all these different techniques. It's great. You can do that with the best of them and tell me what the seventh waist is or something, right? But at the end of the day, if you still haven't figured out that it's the people that do the work, and if they're coming to work feeling slighted, disrespected, I don't care how much memorization they have. They might know it and purposely not do it then, just because of how you've made them feel. And so the magic sauce is really about treating people with respect. And so we talk about what does that look like? It's one thing that does not overgeneralize respect. It's really about recognizing what it is. And one of the ways that we did that is to kind of figure out what it's not. And when you know when you're not respected, I don't care who you are, you can feel it in your heart. You can sense it in the room. You can see it in the look. You just know when someone has exercised their right to disrespect you, and make sure that you are the one that received it. Whether it's sleight of hand, and no one knows but you and that person. It's a thing, and so it's recognizing how we can acknowledge those things, those behaviors that we have, and how we mitigate them. How do we overcome them, and how do we make sure that we're not only making that others to be the recipient of that bad behavior, but how are we walking in our own respectful way to show people what it looks like. And so we spend a lot of time and energy talking about why it's important. And if people feel respected, how they act, how they conduct themselves. I tell people in the sheet metal trade, how many fire smoke dampers have been screwed shut because of a bad boss? You don't find out until it's TCO, and then when you're trying to turn over a building and you can't get it closed out because you got things that aren't balancing out, and this one person had no voice, and their voice was doing that thing, and so you may have got away with something, but you really didn't, and so at the end of the day, it's recognizing if I'm a leader and I look back and there's no one following me, I'm just a leader in word only. But if you have people who follow you, you know it, and you influence them, and they allow you to. It's not about who's up or down or who's high or low. It's really about this person cares about my well-being. I will follow that person. I will do my damnness to make sure that the work we got to get done will get done. And it just works as like a big family. You're gonna have your issues because it's a family. However, everyone understands that you're being respected. People take care of you. They acknowledge you, and they welcome your input even, and so it doesn't matter if you're the new pup on the job or you're the 30-year veteran. You establish a level playing field for everyone to succeed. And I think that's the difference. And it's not easy. It's easier to have the 10 steps and memorize what number 6 is than to treat someone with respect sometimes, because you may just feel like, just go get the job done and get out of my face.